I'm today joined by my brother on Skype, having a few technical difficulties, so you're not actually seeing me, you're just seeing his ugly mug. I'm standing here delicately balancing an iPad filming my laptop screen, so yeah, really not ideal circumstances, but we're doing the best to create some content. If anyone's feeling particularly generous, please PayPal me a donation, boxinggossip@googlemail.com, and we'll do our best to get some superior video content coming up. I wanted to organise a quick Skype call today. I'm going to be doing more and more Skype on the channel. I'm waiting until I've got proper facilities to do it with other contributors other than my brother. Just because I don't think it's overly fair to ask people to come on and it to be this awkward, basically. But I wanted to, first and foremost, discuss something that's been playing on my mind, which is the Carl Frampton situation. I'm a very big fan of Carl Frampton. I think he's a class act. I think we're at the point where he is a borderline pound-for-pound contender already. I think certainly he is in terms of talent, potentially not in terms of the level of opposition he's been in with. Right now, I see him blowing out Scott Quigg if they fight. I view him as a different level of fighter to Scott Quigg. Much more versatility, much more powerful, much more dynamic. And I'm going to go out and say it. It's a tough fight, obviously. But if he fights Rigondeaux, I'm picking Frampton over Rigondeaux in a close fight. Your thoughts?
I agree with pretty much all of it, apart from the fact I wouldn't be confident enough to make a prediction on a Rigondeaux versus Carl fight. Because I think Rigondeaux, and everyone who watches Rigondeaux, thinks he's amazing. He is an amazing talent. But he has looked a wee bit vulnerable at times. And Frampton has looked incredible most of the time.
What I would say is at this point, I have no concerns about Carl Frampton. I have two concerns about Rigondeaux. Number one, that he's small at the weight, and number two, that he's slightly chinny.
Well, I don't know if he's small for the weight. I mean, he's a small man, obviously. But he's schooled absolutely everyone that fought him, including the man who was very big for the weight, which was Normito Donaire. I don't think the size is really an issue when you're that. Obviously, it can be an issue, but he's not being dwarfed.
Well,
he's being a big man to play any of his opponents.
What I'm getting at is the size probably isn't an issue when it's, when he's leagues above his opponents. Yeah, when he's fighting, the guys he's been in with recently, and he's been able to, be levels above them, even though he did get dropped in his last fight. But when you're talking about more evenly matched world-class opponents like Carl Frampton, perhaps size then becomes an issue. But that's actually the smaller of the two concerns. I don't think Rigondeaux, don't get me wrong, Rigondeaux is an elite defensive fighter. I don't think he's got an elite chin. And I think Carl Frampton is an elite power puncher for the weight.
I don't know if he has an elite chin or not. Well, I think you sold him a tad short there. I'd say he's also an elite offensive fighter.
Who?
The damage he hands out in his fights is unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree. But would you be confident? How do you see him beating Frampton?
Points. Close. If it was to go to points. If they were to fight, I don't think he can knock Carl out.
What about if it's in Belfast?
Well, he wouldn't go to Belfast, would he?
Would he not? I would suggest that Frampton is the money out of the two.
Well, he would the money out of the two, but a unified champion doesn't need to travel.
Well, he does if he wants a huge payday.
He gets enough, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be boxing. He's after fighters that will genuinely face him who are good. Maybe he will go to Belfast, I don't know. But I don't think it would bother him too much.
Well, the thing is, let's be honest, right? It doesn't look like Rigondeaux Quigg's going to happen. It doesn't look like Rigondeaux Santa Cruz is going to happen. There's talks about Rigondeaux moving up in weight, looking at fighting the likes of Lomachenko, Nicholas Waters, Gary Russell Jr. after his performance. I think if he's talking about moving up at weight, when he's already small in his current division, you know, and fighting really dangerous guys like Nicholas Waters, fighting guys like Lomachenko. If he's going to take that risk, he may as well go to Belfast and fight Carl Frampton for the mega money.
True, but that's a lot easier said than done, isn't it?
In what sense?
Well, I don't know. Why would you travel? I mean, if you wanted to fight Carl Frampton, and presuming Carl Frampton fights Scott Quigg in the interim as well, that is a big fight. That is bigger than Belfast fight. That is a Las Vegas fight, I'd say.
I get what you mean. I think with regards to Frampton and the fanatical support he has, the money is always going to be in Belfast.
Maybe. I don't know.
Just while we're discussing it, you've got 4 sort of mainstream champs in the division: Rigondeaux, Santa Cruz, Frampton and Quigg. How do you order them at present?
Well, Rigondeaux top, you know, perhaps obviously. Then it's a bit more tricky, I'd say. I'd probably have Frampton second, Santa Cruz third, and Scott Quigg fourth.
What are you doing at your end? You're clicking something?
Trying to close down adverts.
Oh, okay. So you have... Repeat your rankings again?
I'd have Rigondeaux first, Carl Frampton second, Leo Santa Cruz third, Scott Quigg fourth.
I think that's fair at present. I just think Scott Quigg needs to fight a real opponent, really. I've lost interest in his career for the time being.
Agreed, although he has been out injured in his defence, because he fought fairly with a fair degree of regularity. Just not really brilliant.
Okay, well, we'll leave this one for now. I'm picking Carl Frampton as top of the division. Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.